Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm participating in Kendra's Card Challenge Super Sponsor Hop, and so I will be sharing a card using a super sponsor's products, and that super sponsor is Pixie Dust Designs, who I absolutely love. I'm actually on their design team, and so I really loved using their products for this challenge. But they have just come out with some new paper, and this is called the Gingerbread 6x6 paper pad. And there is a cute stamp set that goes along with that as well, but I am actually going to just use the paper today. I am using sketch number 4 from Kendra's Card Challenge, and as I go through putting this card together, I want to talk a little bit about Kendra's Card Challenge. And this is a quarterly challenge where you create 15 cards using 6x6 sheets of paper. And although it's a quarterly challenge, there are monthly giveaways from the sponsors. And so all you have to do to be entered into the giveaways to create your 15 cards and add those to the albums on the Facebook group for Kendra's Card Challenge. And I'll go ahead and link that below. And Pixie Dust Designs is a generous sponsor of Kendra's Card Challenge, and so I am using their products today, and then we're going to have a sponsor hop here in a couple of weeks where I will be using some more of their products, so stay tuned for that. These papers are really, really pretty, and like I mentioned, there is an adorable stamp set that goes with this paper, and I will leave that information below. So basically for sketch number 4 for Kendra's Card Challenge, I picked a really easy sketch to do. My mat, which is the pink piece, is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or actually my main card panel. And then the strips in the middle, the mat is 5 1/2 by 1 3/4, and then the pattern paper is 5 1/2 by 1 1/2. And then for the square piece in the middle, it's 3 1/4 squared for the mat, and then 3 squared for the pattern paper. And then there is the 6x6 sheet in this paper pad that has this cute little gingerbread couple along with this little kind of gingerbread house. And I went ahead and I'm going to use that for my focal point on my card. And so I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut. Sometimes I'm really, okay at fussy cutting, and sometimes I am just horrible at it, but I find that if I just take my time and be patient and go slow, most of the time I can handle it fairly well. And so I did take my time on this, and I cut out both the little house and the gingerbread people, but decided that it was too crowded with all of them, and so I'm just going to go ahead and use the gingerbread people for this card. And then I wanted to add a little bit of something around the outside, and so I'm just taking a little bit of pink ink and a finger dauber. I'm just going to add a little bit of a kind of a faint border around the edges of the card, and the gingerbread people will be popped up, and so I am making use of all of those extra little pieces that are left over after you use circle foam dots. That's a great way to use up those extra pieces and not get rid of them. So I went ahead and I added foam to the back of that, and then for the sentiment, I will add foam to the back of that as well. And I was trying to find something to fit in the gingerbread girl's hair, and so I had this little piece of trim, and it's got tiny little flowers. I don't know, it might be kind of hard to tell, but I just wanted to use those little flower pieces, and so I'm going to go ahead and take this piece and cut off several of those little flowers, and then later we will go ahead and glue those on her head. And I wanted to add some candy canes to go with the candy cane pattern paper, and so luckily I have the snowman mug set from Pixie Dust Designs, and there is a candy cane in there, so I grabbed that. It's a 2-piece die. There's the decorative piece, and then there's a solid background piece, but I wanted the candy canes to go in opposite directions, and since I'm using glitter paper, what I'm going to do to achieve that is to die cut from the opposite side of the paper. So basically I laid the die on the unglittered side of the paper, which is going to go ahead and give me a candy cane that is facing the opposite way as the original. And of course it doesn't cut out as nicely as it does when you use the die the correct way, but I still think it gives it a great effect, and it's an easy way to go ahead and reverse the die so that you can have them basically opposites. And so I'll go ahead and glue that to the white solid piece that I already have cut out with my die cut machine, and then I'll go ahead and place those kind of crisscross on the card. And as I put out the rest of the card together, I just wanted to mention that there is a giveaway for this hop. It is a digital download that you can win. So if you are interested in that, I will leave a link for the giveaway form below. As well, this is a hop, so you can use the hashtag, or I will have a link to the next person in the hop, as well as a full list of people that are participating in the hop, so that you can go ahead and hop along. And I'm sure you'll find inspiration along the way. So one of the last things I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some shiny little sequins and put those in my little sequin tray and get ready to add those to the card. But first I'm going to take my sentiment and add some foam circles to the back of that and pop that up on the card. And then since sequins kind of stress me out, the placement on the card, I will most of the time just go ahead and put some in my hand and sprinkle them or throw them onto the card. And then I don't use all of them, of course, but it does give a kind of a good starting point for just picking them up where they land and adding some adhesive and sticking those down. And then anything that I don't stick down, I just go ahead and shake off the card. But I think it gives a really random arrangement of the sequins without stressing about it. I don't know why I stress about stuff like that, but maybe you're the same, but it's just one of those things. So I'm going to add some enamel hearts from Altenew, and that's going to finish off this card. I hope you enjoyed. This was really fun to make. I love this pattern paper and those cute little gingerbread people. So if you liked this video or found it informative, I would love a thumbs up. As always, I thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.